what's up YouTube? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. I thought I'd do something a little bit different today because I've constantly been doing like a Ronaldo video, then a Messi video, and somebody had commented something about doing like a video with like both of them in it. Now the one they recommended was slightly different, but I really enjoy Magical Messi's content, so I thought that this would be a great one to check out. But comment down below if you're the person that I'm talking about and if there's a specific one that you think would be better. I think the one they said is like, it had something to do with if Ronaldo and Messi played on the same team, something like that. So comment down below. But I like this because when this says greatest era of football, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, this feels like a harmonious celebration of both. Whereas a lot of times there's this divisive like narrative when it comes to these two players. And, you know, I've said this before, we're very fortunate to live in this time that we get to watch this caliber from multiple players. So let's just enjoy it, right? Let's check out this video. Here we go.
El mejor jugador del mundo, Cristiano. The greatest player in the history of Real Madrid, the finest goal scorer in the history of the Champions League.
You are watching possibly the greatest footballer ever at the absolute peak of his powers.
And then Ronaldo.
Oh, look at this, Kevin. It's a brilliant run from Messi. Going to go all the way.
Ronaldo turns into trouble. Brilliant footwork. Amazing goal.
Messi. Ronaldo.
Oh, Messi.
What a goal. Not too far out for him.
Priceless goal from Lionel Messi. Ronaldo. Unbelievable.
Messi shot.
You know, when you watch Ronaldo's shots, I mean, just what the ball is doing. And we got a little bit of background into that when we watched that 4-part documentary. Oh, shoot. You guys know which one I'm talking about. But the power behind those shots, I mean, it's insane.
Messi. Oh, you beauty.
Who is the best player in the world?
We talked about Messi last week, didn't we? Or 2 weeks ago, I should say. And now it's all about Cristiano Ronaldo. Those two just keep pushing each other on, pushing the boundaries of greatness.
Exactly. And would they have been able, that's the question that I always ask myself, would they have been able to do this and keep this up, the relentlessness that they've shown without each other? If they was out on their own, no one else around, would they continue to have done this? That's the question I ask.
They probably do add to the motivation.
Yeah, 100%. I think all the great sportsmen in the world have always had that someone else to feed off. And I think
that's a very valid point. I think that if you're so far ahead of everybody and you're on an island by yourself, how can you possibly stay hungry enough to push that hard, right? There has to be some competition that makes you, keep competing at that level. I agree with that.
this is another great rivalry in football. They don't talk about it. Seems like there's a bit of a respect between them. They don't ever mention each other really, but they're just phenomenal to watch. And that people try and make comparisons of who's better, etc. Just enjoy them, man.
They're very different footballers
Facts.
as well in many ways.
Facts.
What makes one better than the other?
Yeah, forget the comparisons.
Yeah.
They're setting standards. We're taking them for granted. We're expecting goals in big games to change games. They do it week in, week out. They're out on their own. As you say, completely different, but enjoy them. And even though they give off a different perspective.
No way. Yo, okay, look, I know people are like mega fans when they're doing stuff like that. The tattoos. I mean, the hair thing, your hair is going to grow back, but the tattoos are a permanent thing, yo.
Phone them from the outside and we see them differently. That hunger is the same. It just looks differently from the outside.
Yeah.
They're both pushed on. They both want to beat each other, which has created this monster in both of them.
Yeah.
They both deliver at the right time. They both deliver in big games. We've seen them score in Champions League finals, in huge matches all over the world. They're different footballers. One's diminutive, one's a kind of Adonis, but they give so much to the game.
Yeah, they do, and they create highlight reel after highlight reel after highlight reel, and it's just phenomenal. Just each game, even at the weekend just gone, Messi comes off the bench, rescues the game for Barcelona. They're doing it week in, week out, and we talk about players that get to the top. There's many players that get there and stay there for a year or two.
Yeah.
These lot have been there for 10, 12 years doing it, and When you
See,
look back
that's
and
the
you start
part.
looking at the stats, like we said before the game, he's almost, I think he's a goal off 650 goals, Ronaldo.
You know, I saw some comments, guys. People were talking about like Ronaldinho, these other players, and they were saying, oh, they would have been better, they are better, but they didn't have as long of a career, they had injuries, they had this. But, you know, one of the things we have to understand is that part of greatness is longevity. For example, he's not my favorite player, LeBron James in basketball. However, to compete at the level that he's competing for this many years, it's part of his greatness, right? Like, it just is. You know, then my favorite player of all time, Kobe Bryant. He had 20 years of highly competitive play, 5 championships. Then you have Michael Jordan, like a little bit less time, but 6 championships. But it's about playing for, you know, a long time as well. And that's part of what proves greatness. Like, you know, as these guys just said, you can be great for like a moment, but can you sustain that greatness over time? And I think that's what really separates the top of the top. Like, you could be at the top, but this is the top of the top. And I think that was a very valid point.
It's more than I had appearances. What about you? Similar.
Yeah, similar.
It's like it's ridiculous. So to see it when you put it down like that, these guys are just
It's difficult
breaking
for everybody
rules.
else. You can't live with that. When individuals that good in a team, it makes it very hard for every other team to
You
deal
can
with.
talk about players from different eras, and that's kind of unfair as well because things change in the game.
Yeah.
The pitches are much better now that they play on. The facilities are better. The diet, everything is much better, isn't it now?
Yeah.
So it's hard to compare players from different generations, but the numbers, the statistics of these two
Yeah.
are truly extraordinary.
Yeah, that's what stands out. And the game is a lot quicker, I have to say now. So these things probably level themselves out. Great players in different eras
Yeah.
will be great players anyway. But as you say, the numbers make a difference. People can overlook stats. You can't. They smack you in the face.
Yeah.
And stats are incredible. To say that he scored more goals than appearances for Real Madrid, 650.
Yeah.
I mean, that's abnormal.
I mean, I don't want to butt you up
More goals and appearances. It is really dope.
too much, you two guys, but you two world-class players, and you sit there and we watch players and you're thinking, you're in awe of them in many ways, and that they're at a different level to world-class.
Yeah, you can't look at that.
Yeah.
Like, they're up there somewhere.
Yeah.
And all the other players in the world, don't care what their egos are saying and what they think of themselves, they're looking up there going, I wish. And I can't get to that level. They ain't going to get to that level. It's just, it's like Frank said, it's abnormal. But what I would say about what it gives a team when you've got a player like that in your team, the confidence that spreads throughout the team that we do our jobs right, we just get it right ourselves, keep the back door shut, no goals against. He will score us a goal. He'll get us a chance minimum.
I remember when
That's
I
a
played
lot of
against
hardware.
Diego Maradona and met him on a couple of occasions. Obviously, the '86, the World Cup game where, not the handball goal, the other goal. It was the one time in my whole career where I felt like I ought to applaud. I mean, you get those sort of moments of players having a respect for genius.
That's pretty dope.
And that, sorry to interrupt, Frank, but them type of goals, like as a football fan, I remember the commentary on that goal. You know, that turns, a little squat man. Like, you remember things like that. It's like today, people remember where they were when that goal went in. And likewise, Zidane goal in the Champions League final. These goals create great memories, and you remember that occasion and that time, what you was doing, what you was wearing, etc. Unbelievable.
I think, I can't split them at the moment, but I think they are over all the eras. And when we see old videos, it's not easy to compare, but the ruthlessness, not just the ability, but the hunger and the ruthless finishing
And the longevity.
Game after game, year
Yeah,
after year,
yeah.
scoring in important games, things that we take for granted. It's not been done before to this level. It hasn't.
It's Ronaldo. Oh, he's done it! He has only gone and done it! Could this be the hat-trick before half-time? Oh, brilliant! The most talented footballer of his generation.
Cristiano Ronaldo takes his time, still got time. Oh, 2-0.
Messi away from 2, 3, 4. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. How good is he?
Cristiano Ronaldo! Who else on a big night?
Great ball.
Ronaldo, he's onside. He's beaten the defence. He draws Valdez. Cristiano Ronaldo with a platinum touch. Lionel Messi!
Oh my goodness.
Lionel Messi does it again. He's superhuman. Another chapter in the incredible story of this little man.
Quería la 3, acá está la 3. Vica el Barça y Vica Cataluña.
1, 2, 3, ¡a Madrid!
Hey man, you know what? I like that so much more than like the divisive stuff. Look, man, I've never been a fan of like, the just. I don't even know what to say. Like the this whole era of like controversy sells, and conflict is like engagement. I just don't like that much, and I like stuff like this where it's like they're both incredible, and we're super lucky to have this caliber of player playing at this time. But it is what it is. Like when people are fans, like the passion comes in, all of these things, and when passion gets involved, it's hard to not be confrontational or emotional about things. So I understand, but I enjoyed that. If there's other content that's similar to this, please let me know. I'd love to check it out. If you're still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.